I'm Neil Ruaro and I'm CEO of Intellecs.ai. I'm basically building end-to-end learning platform for students all the way from note-taking to their exam preparation. I guess I was in a way kind of groomed to take tech. Ever since I was a kid, I've been told to take computer science in college. And I went to a science high school for junior high. And then when I went to senior high, I got into DLSU. When I was in DLSU, I found the curriculum way too easy, and I found that I wasn't really spending too much time on school, so I was pretty bored. And just so happened it was also during the pandemic, so everyone was just at home. I had nothing else to do, so I decided to learn how to code instead. My final year in high school, I decided to go look for a software engineering job. Eventually, I'd go to UP Diliman for college. When I was in UP, I was a freshman, and I already had a full-time software engineering job, and it didn't make sense for me to go through 4 more years of school studying computer science, but then I already have a job in this field that I'm studying in. So it felt like it's gonna be just a waste of 4 years on my end, even though, and like, I could just use that time to upskill myself. So that's when I decided to like pull the lever and just drop out of school entirely. I dropped out of school March of 2023. And then I quit my full-time software engineering job January of 2024. I moved to Singapore March of 2024. And a few months later, I was able to raise VC funding. When I was in school, I found that people do a lot of work before they actually do the work of studying something. So there's a lot of time wasted when one's doing that. I guess a popular thing that happens between students is they tend to write down their notes during the lectures, and then they get the recorded lectures after, then they rewrite their notes. So that's like a lot of time being wasted. And this is like repetitive on like every major exam that they have coming up. So that's one thing that I saw and observed in people. A lot of people don't really know how to use AI that well to drastically improve their productivity. But there's a lot of things that it can do as well, such as automating a bunch of stuff, like even creating flashcards, creating notes. I also noticed that students tend to lose track of their to-dos, and when they're actually doing stuff, they tend to get distracted easily. So there's also a lack of focus as well on that. So Intellects basically tries to solve all of these things by bringing together a bunch of the tools that they will use when it comes to their learning workflow, all into one platform. So what this means entirely is that Intellects is a note-taking app. It's also an app where you can create flashcards. It's also an app where you can use AI to do research for you, to write stuff for you. And it's also an app where you can keep track of your to-dos and your calendar as well. So it's basically an end-to-end platform for everything related to their studying. We want students to like use this as the go-to platform when it comes to learning. So that's one thing that sets just the entire platform apart compared to others. What sets our AI apart, on the other hand, is that the way we try to do things with AI is like we try to mimic the exact way a human would process information. I'm the only full-time employee here, and I have part-time content creators just for like posting content on TikTok and Instagram, which we've gone viral from time to time. One of the biggest challenges here is when it comes to like how can you service this app to a bunch of people, and how can you in a way grow and also at the same time still not burn a lot of money on this. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I decided to move to Singapore and raise VC funding. It would be pretty hard for me to run this on my own savings, especially since I'm pretty young and I don't really have that much cash on me. The number one advice I would always give to people is, especially if they're pretty young, is to actually get a job and to actually be financially independent as fast as possible. If you're entering this field people won't just investors just won't give you money just because you're asking for it. And also that you really have to have some skin in the game, and you also have to invest your own personal funds to see this grow without institutional funding, because it's pretty rare for people to fund you with just an idea or without any product whatsoever yet. So you have to prove yourself first with your own finances.